Welcome. I'm Patrick Wangoy. Today, I'll show you how to design a secure network infrastructure, explain network segments, share my GVM scanning results, introduce advanced protocols, discuss new tech impacts on security, and provide recommendations for both modern and traditional networks. Now let's see our network design. In our network design, we have the internet on the top, followed by the router 1 and 2. So the network uses two routers to manage traffic between internal departments and the internet. One router handles external communication, connecting the company to the internet, while the second router manages internal traffic between departments. This setup ensures smooth communication across network segments, allowing different departments to operate independently but still communicate securely when necessary. Switches. Each department within the company is equipped with its own dedicated network switch. These switches manage local communication within each department, isolating traffic to prevent congestion and helping to enforce network segmentation. For example, traffic between the finance and HR departments is segmented, limiting exposure and reducing the risk of unauthorized access to sensitive information. Firewalls. Perimeter. Firewalls. Two firewalls are deployed to protect the internal network. The first firewall is positioned at the network's edge, where it controls traffic coming from and going to the internet. The second firewall is positioned internally between segmented departments, ensuring that only authorized traffic can pass between critical areas, such as finance and HR. Configuration. Both firewalls are configured with strict inbound and outbound rules, which filter traffic based on IP addresses, ports, and protocols. This ensures that only legitimate authorized users can access the network, blocking potentially harmful or unauthorized connections. Intrusion Detection System, IDS, and Intrusion Prevention System, IPS. IDS. The intrusion detection system monitors all network traffic, scanning for signs of malicious activity or policy violations. For example, if a large amount of data is suddenly being transferred to an unknown source, the IDS flags and logs this suspicious activity for further investigation. IPS. The intrusion prevention system works in tandem with the IDS. While the IDS detects suspicious traffic, the IPS takes action by blocking harmful traffic in real time, preventing attacks such as distributed denial of service, DDoS, or data exfiltration attempts. Proxy server. The proxy server serves as a secure gateway between users and the internet. It handles and filters web requests, blocking malicious sites and unwanted content. Additionally, by masking the internal IP addresses of employees, it helps prevent direct exposure to external threats, reducing the chance of targeted attacks. Email server. The company's email server is designed to handle all internal and external email communications securely. Emails are transmitted with end-to-end encryption to ensure the privacy and integrity of sensitive data. The server also features advanced filtering systems that detect and block phishing attempts and spam, reducing the risk of email-based attacks. DHCP server. The DHCP server simplifies network management by dynamically assigning IP addresses to devices within the company. It eliminates the need for manual IP configuration and helps to maintain efficient network traffic management. Demilitarized Zone, DMZ. The DMZ is a secure network segment that houses public-facing services, such as the company's web server. External users, such as clients or partners, can access these services without exposing the internal network to external threats. By isolating these services in the DMZ, the company ensures that any vulnerabilities in public-facing applications won't compromise the rest of the network. Air-gapped system for R&D. The air-gapped system is a critical security measure for the company's research and development department. This system is physically isolated from the rest of the network and has no internet access, ensuring that sensitive research data cannot be accessed or compromised by external or internal threats. This is particularly important for protecting intellectual property and confidential projects from cyber espionage or insider attacks. I conducted a comprehensive vulnerability scan using GVM on our entire network, covering all devices and segments. Key vulnerabilities identified include outdated software and unpatched systems, both posing high risks. To address these, we need to patch all outdated software immediately, reconfigure insecure settings, and strengthen authentication with multi-factor authentication, MFA. Additionally, we found weak encryption and improperly configured firewall rules. Upgrading to stronger encryption protocols and updating firewall configurations are essential next steps. Let's talk about the security challenges posed by advanced and emerging network protocols like IPv6, SDN, and 5G. IPv6 expands the attack surface, making it harder to monitor and secure the network. SDN separates control and data planes, creating potential vulnerabilities if the control plane is compromised. G introduces many new endpoints with IoT devices, increasing the risk of unauthorized access and cyber attacks like DDoS. These technologies offer benefits, but require strong security measures to mitigate risks. Let's explore the impact of new technologies on security. Zero Trust Architecture. No device or user is trusted by default. Continuous authentication and authorization are essential to protect against threats. Cloud security. As services move to the cloud, advanced encryption, multi-factor authentication, and continuous monitoring are crucial to safeguard data and detect breaches early. 1. Network encryption. Always encrypt sensitive communications to keep data safe from prying eyes. 2. Segmentation and access control. Keep critical departments like HR and finance separate from the rest of the network and ensure only the right people have access to sensitive info. 3. IoT security. Put IoT devices on their own network, keep their firmware updated, and use strong passwords to manage them. 4. Remote workforce management. Use VPNs and multi-factor authentication to secure remote access for employees working from home. 5. Regular vulnerability scanning. Regularly scan for vulnerabilities to find and fix weaknesses before they become problems. These steps will help keep your network secure and resilient against cyber threats. You gained insights into designing a secure network infrastructure. I also shared my methods for protecting data by scanning for vulnerabilities. And finally, I offered recommendations for addressing security issues.